What's up, Michigan fans? Welcome back to the Maize and Bluebeard podcast, where we talk all things Michigan football and basketball, along with other sports, because baseball, softball, women's basketball, hockey, and many more are doing fantastic, and they deserve a spotlight too, and we're excited about all these sports. So if you love Michigan athletics, you've come to the right place. I'm Chris. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. We got a lot to get to today, so let's get right to it. As you can see here, this is what we're going to be talking about. Going to talk about a little more odds and ends about Dave Peloquin that I found out. Also, we're going to talk about why Sean Magee might have had to go and what's next for him in the whisper rumor mills. And also, we're going to take a look at some recruiting, and then we're going to dive into other sports besides football. We're going to talk about basketball's big game against Duke. We're going to break down that game, preview it, talk about keys to victory for Michigan, and then we're going to update you on how baseball, hockey, and softball did on Friday, and look ahead to the rest of the weekend and what's going on in Michigan sports. And of course, hang around to the end of the video for the question of the day results from yesterday, when I asked, with Peter Bork out, which quarterback do you want Michigan to get the most for the 2027 recruiting class? All that and more on this episode of the Maize and Bluebeard podcast. Let's go blue, and let's get to it. So, of course, not a ton to talk about with Dave Peloquin. I feel like in 2 videos I've talked about pretty much everything that's available to us right now. He is going to be announced probably maybe over the weekend, but for sure by Monday, and then he'll do a press conference and he'll be interviewed and he'll be able to talk about all this stuff, and then we'll have a lot more things to talk about and discuss, and I can't wait. But what I think is really cool is I was curious about his age. What's up, Michigan fans? Real quick, we'll get right back to the video in a second, but I made a promise to some Michigan fans in a recent live stream that if I made 1,000 subscribers, I would dye my beard maize and blue, and I'm going to keep to it. I've been mentioning this in my last few videos, and subscribers are going up real quick. So if you have been watching my videos and you're having fun and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider, or if it's your first time, also consider. We're getting close to 700. Let's get all the way to 1,000 so that you can see this beard maize and blue. Now let's get back to the video and find out how old Dave Peloquin is. And he's in his early to mid 40s, which is insane to think a guy has been doing this for over 20 years. He has this much experience, and he has this much skill and know-how in all these different areas, and he's only in his early to mid 40s. That's insane. He could be like, he could out Michigan for 20 years now until he decides to hang it up someday. And that's wild. And it's not like it's who knows how long. He could even do it longer than that. But it's just wild how young he is and how much experience he has. I'm super pumped about that. I think that was really cool when I realized that. Like, that's pretty awesome. So I'm excited for him. I can't wait to hear more about his vision and hear it from him and hear him get interviewed. I love when we get a new coach or somebody new in the front office like this to hear them talk, and it just gets me hyped. So I can't wait until he gets formally introduced and we get to hear him actually talk about the job and his feelings on everything, and we learn more about his plan, his past, and everything like that. So look forward to more content on Dave Peloquin when more stuff is out there. But right now, everybody's singing his praises, except for people that are worried he might do a good job. Because we know those are the ones that are always the squeaky wheel. But everybody at Michigan, everybody in the country, all the media is saying it's a great hire. So I'm excited. You should be too. It's pretty awesome stuff. And next up, I want to talk a little bit about Sean Magee. Still, like I said, more stuff will come out eventually. I don't know how much we'll know for sure, but rumors are behind the scenes, whispers. Some insiders are saying that that places have reached out to them just to get their, like, a feeler about Sean Magee and to ask them how it was covering Michigan when he was working there and how the job he did was. So he has a lot of interest in other teams. So he'll land on his feet. I don't know if he'll get a GM role per se, but he'll definitely get into some front office type role somewhere. So he's going to be just fine. But what is interesting, I think, and we'll see when the investigation of the athletic department comes to light, it's going to be a big thing, and that'll be something else we'll cover on here when all that comes to light and there's more info about it. It's still ongoing and wrapping up, but it's just when you look at the timeline, it just makes you wonder because they got Kyle Whittingham came in, they kind of got through the transfer portal and the recruiting. and he kind of said, "You guys are in a holding pattern. Like, just keep working your butts off, blah blah blah." And then he had said, like, "Hey man, you're burning the midnight oil, at both ends. Sean Magee working so hard. I need to get you more help." And then you go from that to, days or a week or so later, he's looking for a new job, and it just makes you wonder. Like I said, there's been whispers about organizational issues, like within the program, and you just wonder how much of it is connected to the investigation the athletic department did, that kind of forced Whittingham's hand, but also some of what he saw himself, and things that he didn't like. Also, you got to think a lot of people in that department, not just that and with Sean Magee, but everyone that worked closely with Sharon Moore, they knew it was the worst kept secret in the world what he was doing, and the fact that nothing got done for so long, it just speaks ill for a lot of people in different positions, and some of them supposedly told higher up people and nothing was done. So who knows? It's a mess, and I'm just glad that Kyle Whittingham and company have cleaned house, got out the rot. We've got new fresh blood in there, that doesn't have all this drama, and they're all on the same page, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I'm very excited about it. So Sean Magee, we wish him well. He's going to land on his feet. He's got a lot of interest in him. He worked hard. He did good while he was here, but I do think Dave Peloquin is an upgrade, and I think that it's going to be an amazing, harmonious combination between Whittingham, his staff, and Dave Peloquin. And I really love the new president at Michigan too. I think he's doing an awesome job. He loves athletics and sports, but he also is letting them do their thing. But he wants everything to be done right. He wants a clean program, clean university. So I think he was a great hire as well. Michigan's making great hires, and I think there'll be some more people that are shown the door once the investigation's done, and that's good because we want the good vibes to continue, and we want everything to be positive and be done the right way and the correct way, and everyone on the same page. So if there's anyone that's not going to be doing that, they need to go. So we'll see what happens. Lots more to come on Dave Peloquin and the front office staff as he fills that staff out, and the athletic department internal investigation, what they turn up and who is going to be shown the door. So a lot to look forward to in the coming weeks and months. But for now, just be excited about Dave Peloquin because he's a fantastic hire, and I am pumped. Before we dive into some recruiting news that I want to update you on, I also want to update you on a 2026 signee recruit that's coming in, a linebacker, which we all are excited about linebackers, and that is Kaden Catchings, who I really like and I'm excited about. He had some interesting things to say about the transition and his thoughts on Kyle Whittingham, and he said some fun things, so I'm going to let you know what he said. So back in the fall, during the season, when Sharon Moore was still here, Kaden Catchings was committed to South Florida, but he flipped his recruitment to Michigan, and then after Sharon was fired, he kept it at Michigan and eventually kept it with Kyle Whittingham. So let me tell you what he said. So he said, "When I committed to South Florida, I thought, yep, this is the place for me. But then I went on my visit to Michigan and everything changed. Everything didn't just change, but I felt like this is the place I need to be in order to be the best person I can on and off the field." And then he talked about the transition and that whole class, how they stuck together. He said, "The recruiting class we came in with, I can say we're tight because there's not many of us left. We stuck with the program because it didn't matter who was going to be the coach. Michigan is just Michigan. But I'm glad we got Coach Whittingham. I feel like he's a great coach and has what it takes to get us back to the natty." That's what I'm talking about. I love that. And then I love what he says here. He says, "It's not easy trying to get to know someone in such a small amount of time, but if you just go back and look at everything Whittingham's done, I have faith, and all you need is a little bit of faith." And what's cool about Kaden Catchings, what I love, is in high school, he played two ways. He was a linebacker, but he was also a really good running back. And he said that he feels like that helped him, which is cool when you think about someone else that's, I think, is going to play that safety linebacker hybrid is Taylor Tatum is making that switch from running back to hybrid linebacker / safety. I think, even though he's safety, I could see him coming up and playing some of that, like, Viper type role. So I'm excited about that. But listen to what Kaden Catchings had to say. He said, coming out of high school, I feel like I can read offenses pretty well. That was key for me because I played running back. So just based off playing running back, I know what the running back sees and can play like a running back. I get better at every aspect of my game because there's always room for improvement. He knows that he may not play right away, but he's looking to set himself up to earn opportunities. I know I'm just going to come into work and give it my best shot. Whatever happens, it just happens. I'm pumped. It's always been my dream to play college football, and to play for the University of Michigan is a big thing for me. All it'll take is the right motivation, hard work, and a little faith. So I really love Kaden Catchings. I think that was an awesome interview. I think he's going to be a fun one. He may not get on the field next year. It may take him a little bit of time, but he was pretty impressive in high school, and I just love having that kind of guy in the locker room. You can just hear him talking about positivity, you know, that team stuck together. Those guys coming in are so important for the foundation of Whittingham era moving forward. Guys that were like, you know what, it doesn't matter who's coach. Michigan is Michigan. Let's stick together. We're going to be at this place. Then Whittingham comes in and they buy in and they're all about it. Like that's just awesome to have that positivity. Like no negativity. Like this coaching change is happening. I don't care. Michigan is Michigan, and that's where I want to be. That's what you want. That's the recruits you want. And I love Catchings. And hey, if you start worrying about any of the stuff that's been going on, or if you see Whittingham make a decision and you're like, ooh, and you start worrying, remember what Kaden Catchings said. Michigan is Michigan. All you gotta do is have a little faith. Michigan made the top 8 for a fantastic defensive lineman, and a lot of it is thanks to new defensive tackle coach Larry Black. I'm talking about Chicago defensive line prospect David Falorancho. He is 6'4", 280 pounds, and he's ecstatic about being offered a scholarship by Michigan. He said, me and Coach Black have a great relationship, so they are in my top 8. He looks forward to see how things continue to develop, and he had been offered by Black at Vanderbilt and now at Michigan. He loves that it's close to home, and he loves that Larry Black is huge on development. There's a lot of other schools going after him as well, like Indiana, Missouri, Purdue, Notre Dame, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, Miami, Florida, Penn State, Iowa, North Carolina, Nebraska. This guy is highly sought after, but Michigan has moved into the top 8 solely off of Larry Black. And I think once this awesome defensive lineman gets to meet Jay Hill and all the other pieces of the defense, Whittingham, I think it's going to help even more. So excited about him. All right, now let's do a little update on visits. When these recruits I've been talking about are coming to visit, because I love to have kind of an idea of when we can expect to hear some news about these awesome recruits. So here's a breakdown of who is coming and when. So in March, we've got some already coming up. Safety Daryl Madison out of Chicago. He's coming March 17th. March 19th, Rivals Top 300 safety Tavares Harrington is coming. And linebacker Bryce Kish is coming from Michigan. March 24th, running back TJ Lewis. I've talked about him before. He's coming. March 28th, Darius Johnson, 6'2" cornerback, is coming. April 2nd, wide receiver, 3-star Isaiah Alvarez is coming. Gage Weddle, an athlete, is coming, top 100, April 2nd. April 4th, 3-star linebacker Blake Betton. I've talked about him a couple times. He's coming then. And safety Arnold Maguera. I love his last name. He's going to come April 4th. He's a fun one. And then safety Gavin Williams is coming April 9th, along with 3-star athlete Ethan Hauser. And then top 100 cornerback Juju Johnson, another awesome name, is coming April 11th, along with one of my favorite recruits, tight end Christian Henshaw. He's coming. And then April 18th is a big one with three recruits that I'm really excited about for Michigan, and that is safety Azala Wiley Ava is coming, top 300. And one of my favorite, linebacker Bronx Baker, is coming April 18th. And safety Peyton Higginson. So 3 really good recruits are coming on April 18th. So a lot to get excited about. A lot of recruits coming in. I'll keep you updated as Michigan does more. And I'm excited about these recruits, and you should be too. This is an exciting time to be a Michigan football fan. Come on. The time has come. Huge game tonight. Michigan versus Duke in DC. I'm so pumped. I wish a little part of me wishes it wasn't my anniversary. I'm going to be busy with the wife, of course, out to dinner and all that stuff. So I'm going to have to watch the game late. And then I will do a live post game probably a couple hours after the game's done. So keep an eye on the channel. But I'm pumped for this game. It is going to be insane. Number 1 versus number 3. Neutral court. I'm excited. I cannot wait for it to see how it all goes. So Duke is very good. They have a fantastic player in Boozer. He is awesome. He's tearing it up. Part of the keys to Michigan winning involve Boozer. One, if they could shut him down completely, they have a really good chance to win by quite a bit because Duke is not bad outside of him, but he is their main source of points. So, but even if he goes off a little bit, but they kind of lock down everyone else, they still have a good chance because think about the Purdue game. They had their big man go off for 27 points and Michigan still won by double digits. So if you can lock down the rest of the team or Boozer, you're going to be in pretty good shape. But that's going to be the number 1 key. So let's talk about the 3 biggest things I think Michigan needs to do to win this game against Duke. So first is going to be Boozer. Playing defense on him is going to be tough. He is very good. He's very talented. He's aggressive. He will create his own offense. And one of the biggest things is not just shutting him down, but not getting in foul trouble when we do it. This is going to be the biggest test for Axel Lindeborg's defense so far. And if he can stay out of foul trouble, along with Moritz Johnson down low, Mara, all those guys, if they can stay out of foul trouble and play good defense on him, that'll set us up really, really nice because if we maybe make life difficult for him, but we end up having a lot of fouls and we have to sit our big guys a lot or some of them foul out, that's not going to be good. So good defense on him, but also without getting into foul trouble, which is not easy to do. So that's key number 1. Key number 2 is also involving down low, and that is rebounding. Duke is very good at rebounding. They're number 7 in the country. Michigan's number 8. So they're very good. So this is going to be tough. We're going to have to box out. We're going to have to outmuscle them and get those rebounds because they are very good at getting rebounds and getting more opportunities for Boozer to score. So we need to be on it, on the rebounding end, on both sides of the court. If we can win the rebounding in game, that'll give us an edge in the game overall as well. And finally, Elliot Cadeau and LJ Kaden need to be on. Michigan cannot have turnover troubles. Duke's guards are very good. They do not turn the ball over much. So they're not going to create a lot of opportunities for us to fast break, run and gun, get easy buckets. Hopefully they haven't played a team as talented defensively as us yet. So that may make a difference, but they are very good with controlling the ball and running the offense. So Michigan has to do the same. And if Cadeau struggles, then Kaden needs to step up like he has, and vice versa. If Kaden struggles off the bench, Cadeau needs to be on it when he's on the floor. Because Duke is very good at fast break and running, just like Michigan. So if we give them too many easy opportunities and we turn it over 15, 20 times, that would be a recipe for possible disaster. So Michigan tonight, if they want to win this game, they need to play really good defense on Boozer, make it difficult for him. Either shut him down or shut everyone else down, at least slow him down. But the biggest part is slowing him down, making his life difficult, but doing it without getting into foul trouble, especially for our bigs, who it's so important because key number 2 is winning the rebounding game. And if they're all fouled out or on the bench because they have too many fouls, we're going to have a harder time winning the rebound game. So if we can win the rebound game, huge step in the right direction. And finally, cut down on turnovers. Our guards need to run the offense well and not turn the ball over. If Michigan does those 3 things, I think they're going to win, and it's going to be a beautiful night and a beautiful game. So let me know what you think is most important for Michigan in the game tonight, and leave me comments throughout the game because I'm going to be really tempted to try to watch it or check it while I'm out with the wife, but I'm going to try to record it and watch it when I get home, but I'm sure I'll check. Maybe I'll try to go to a restaurant that has TV. No, I'm going to focus on the wife. But anyway, I'm excited for the game. Let me know your predictions down below, what you think the score will be, all those fun things, what you think your keys are. But yeah, can't wait to see how this goes, and we'll wrap it up tonight with a post game, so keep an eye on the channel. Other Michigan sports have a big weekend up as well, and some of them started that weekend on Friday, yesterday. First of all, baseball started off their weekend trip by losing, unfortunately, to Florida State. They lost 6-1. So they didn't hit the ball well, but they also played against a very good pitcher, and sometimes that's just how it goes. They had a first-time pitcher making his first start, collegiate start, and he got rocked around a little bit, but then the bullpen settled in, and but Michigan didn't score till the ninth inning on a solo shot home run. So it's just one of those games. They're back at it today, so we'll see how today's game goes. Baseball's back at it against number 15 Louisville after facing 16 Florida State, so they're running the gamut to start the year, and this is only going to make them better when you get later into the spring and they're fighting for a playoff spot. Michigan plays Louisville at noon today, so get ready for that one. Softball had a great start to their weekend series. They won a doubleheader, won them both against New Mexico State, 5-3 and 9-8. So they're rolling. Got off to a great start for the weekend. They play again today against Southern Utah. Ice hockey had a rough start to the weekend. They lost to number 13 Wisconsin 4-1. They're back at it tonight against Wisconsin. Hopefully they can pick up a win to even up the weekend series and end the weekend on a good note with a victory. And then women's basketball, of course, plays Sunday against Iowa. They're coming off that great win against Michigan State that they swept them for the season. So big game against Iowa on Sunday. That should be a good one. They've been playing some great basketball, so I'm excited to see how they do on Sunday. Now it's time for the results to yesterday's question of the day. Remember, I ask a question of the day every day to you awesome Michigan Wolverines fans, and then I reveal the results to the question of the day in the next day's video. So if you haven't voted on today's question of the day, head on over to that community tab and vote right now. So yesterday I asked, with Peter Bork out of the picture, decommitting from Michigan, moving on to what he thinks is greener pastures, but is not, which quarterback recruit for the 2027 recruiting class do you want Michigan to get the most? You could pick Camden Lapati, Dane Weber, somebody else. Let me know in the comments, I said. Or are you get Peter Bork back? It is the only option. This is the way. Results are in, and here they are. As you can see here, the winner by a large margin was my boy, my favorite, Camden Lapati. He's saying some good things. He's excited about visiting Michigan, but I also like Weber as well. They both look fantastic, so we shall see. Second place was get Peter Bork back. And you never know. Michigan has a chance to recruit him just like anybody else now with Kyle Whittingham, kind of as a new thing with Jason Beck and Whittingham and Coy Detmer Jr., which they didn't really get to do before. So maybe he decides to come back, but it just seems like he probably is going to be told he can start day one somewhere or something like that. So it's going to be tough, but you never know. You never know. Never say never. Again, it's a couple years away, so he may decide to come to Michigan because he liked Michigan in the first place. I can't imagine it was just for Sharon Moore and Chip Lindsey and that fantastic, prolific passing offense they put on display. So you never know. He's going to check other things out. He might still like Michigan better. So it may happen, but right now, I really like Camden Lapati and Dane Weber, so those are my top two choices. That's going to do it for this episode of the Maize and Bluebeard podcast. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do so. Don't forget to keep an eye on the channel and be ready for a late night live post-game chat a couple hours after the game ends when I get back from hanging out with the wife for our anniversary, and hopefully we'll be able to talk about a Michigan victory. I'm excited. Again, leave me a comment. I respond to everyone. Let me know how you think the game will go, what your keys to victory are, or talk about anything, because I love talking to you all, you fantastic Michigan fans. Appreciate you all and all the support you've given me so far. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Helps the channel grow, helps this community grow that we're building. But that's all I got. So enjoy your Saturday. Go Blue tonight. Beat Duke. I'll see you in the next video. And until I do, as always, go Blue.